What were we going to do? The plot sickens. Communication is down, and there's no way to contact the ship. Pond and Roger must act fast. Pond is confronted by two evil, alien, Amazon warrior women, probably Klingons, I don't know, who chase him around this God-forgotten planet and into a foreboding tunnel. I'm assuming this is a foreboding tunnel. Wu had managed to put up a no unauthorized personnel sign that he made himself over one of those pedestrian bridges that you cross. And it could have been filled with hazardous waste material, which I'm assuming was left over by the residentially impaired people who dwell there. Anyways, he's chased into this tunnel by the two women. They capture him. Bitch! That was so we can get our PG rating. He struggles. There's a struggle. One good swift kick. And Pond makes his escape. Meanwhile, back at the base, Roger confronts the commander. Any new developments, Lieutenant? Just one. Roger suavely pulled out his phaser. You're under arrest. Cut to the Warrior's spaceship as they monitor the activity and access their fate. Damn, Earthers! Our mission has failed. Now we must report to our superiors. They blast off. Outside the base, Pond and Roger are ready to take their commander into custody. Communication with Yorktown has been restored. Mission accomplished. Is the communicator, by the way. Pond to Yorktown. 3 to beam up. Fade to black. Roll credits long enough to make Steven Spielberg's eyes glaze over. Of course, some names have been repeated several times. Got to give credit where credit is due. They did win an award, I have to tell you. Of course, they were the only ones in the category of competition. I told you that story, now I could tell you this one. I don't really enjoy sci-fi conventions. I did, however, go to them just to watch rare movies and shuffle whatever I thought might have some resale value, some potential resale value that I could jack up maybe 20 or 30 years down the line. It was a business, nothing more. There's nothing nerdy here. This didn't make me a Trekkie. A big Comic-Con was running here in Los Angeles. Sewell and I, being the young schmucks that we were, decided that it would be a good idea if we stay the whole weekend, if we rent a hotel room in the hotel where the thing was running. We had one goal on our minds, and that was the same goal that drives every teenage boy. Jock or dweeb, stud or dork. We were 2 bucks hunting the two-legged deer. That was what was on our mind. That was why we were there. Nothing more. We got in cheap by working the ticket tables. I had to sit next to a dweeb that I knew from junior high school. Real fanboy. Anyways, that Saturday I made my rounds and sat through some screenings of some classics such as Godzilla vs. Frankenstein and Night of the Living Dead. I remember buying some posters and sheet music to the theme song for Raiders of the Lost Ark, which I managed to get autographed by one of the producers of the film. He really had lousy handwriting. Could be a pen in one hand, maybe the drink up in the other hand, probably was the cause of that. When I returned to the room, I found Swoo wearing his smoking jacket, a la Hugh Hefner, and entertaining two ladies. Way to go, Swoo! My prayers have been answered! Way to go! And he brought enough for both of us. He also brought his projector, and he was showing him the Quadroplastine incident and his bootlegged copy of Star Trek the Motion Picture. A Trekkie makes a bootlegged copy of a film by placing his Canon Super 8mm movie camera in front of the television and putting a videotape into the top-loading top of the VCR, and then just recording. Needless to say, we went home empty-handed that day. I grew up within a short distance from Paramount Studios. Paramount had just wrapped shooting Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Swoo said to me one day, "I'm good friends with Gene Roddenberry, creator of Star Trek." I had no reason to doubt him. So he had the bright idea that we would go to visit him in his office on the Paramount lot. I had nothing else better to do that day, a summer day. So I said, "Okay, let's go. How are we going to get past the guard?" I don't think the funk in that bitch would work that day. I suggested to Swoo we pretend that we were two grips coming back from a lunch break. You know, I wouldn't have lighted the set that way if it were up to me. No, I would have done it totally different. Oh yeah, I agree with you. To my surprise, the guard bought it. I was in movie heaven. I was actually on the Paramount lot. This was great. Swoo led me to a soundstage. I was actually on board the Starship Enterprise, or what was left of it. Swoo showed me a dent that he had made on the door of one of the a part of the set, and claimed that that dent wound up in the final film. Of course, I had to push pause on the VCR just to find that dent. It was there. Roddenberry was not in his office that day. Needless to say, we went home empty-handed. After high school, we all went our separate ways. I met up with Swoo several years later. He had set up a editing/dubbing bay in his house and catered to the financially impaired customers such as myself. Roger had gone on to Great Britain to become a graphic artist. When I asked Swoo what Ron was doing, Swoo's stock answer was probably 5 to 10. Meaning he didn't know. The conversation, of course, turned to the Quadroplastine incident. Swoo still had his phaser, his communicator, and his projector. And of course, he brought that out. I got to watch the Quadroplastine incident again. He said to me, "Whenever I want to torture my kids, all I have to do is bring out this projector." Look what Daddy did! No, Daddy! Please! Not the Quadroplastine incident! I'll be good! I'll be good! I believe there was a sequel made, or in the works, Yorktown 2, A Time to Heal. Maybe someday I'll torture you with some of my classics. Staryak the Motion Sickness, Wolf the Dog, the Tosky and Askewitz, the Roebucks. But until then, one to beam up.